Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is Focke-Wulf, and I'm kind of excited. First of all, take note of the fact we have 13 people in the Diplomacy Channel. It's the most we've had in about 3-4 months. I'd say we're getting some stuff back together, and I'd like to do a cast of a replay of a very, very epic game of Fate of the Empire, or you may also know it as World War II Diplo. This is the hardcore diplomacy of StarCraft 2. And I'm quite excited. It was very, very intense and lots of strategy, lots of subtlety and depth going on here. I want you guys to see it. Alright, let's get going. Because the games are kind of long, I'm going to be playing long but intense and active, to say the least. I'm going to be playing this at 2x speed. Still, we can get some games going. Get some stuff going, excuse me. Okay, here we go. Everyone's choosing their nations right now and getting stuff going. Initial alliances, when you hear that, sir, there's an incoming transmission, that means a diplomacy offer is being sent or accepted.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission. It's highly encrypted. Sir, we have an incoming transmission.
Everyone's chosen their initial nations now. A couple things here.
Encrypted.
England and Britain are going to have it out really early because they cannot become powerful without the territory of the other. So that's going to be quick combat. France and Spain might have it out really early. That's kind of a fairly even balanced match, although it's kind of in favor of France. And USSR might decide to crush Turkey early and not have any competition in the eastern half of the map. So we're going to have to see, though. Let me turn down this music real quick. Alrighty.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission. It's highly encrypted. Sir, we have an incoming transmission. It's highly encrypted.
So here we go, Britain and France having it out right now. Britain's not having the easiest time with it. The Scottish pioneers are quite powerful. He needs to get some armor in there as quickly as possible, some infantry tanks to counter that.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission.
Infantry tanks plus some machine guns, riflemen, and howitzers will do him quite nicely. But yeah, he needs to get some armor in there and try to hold off as much as possible. Some machine gun nests might be handy. You notice he got one right there, but he probably could use a few more. He needs to prevent his production from being taken out. Just continuously engaging the army might help. He does have more economy. Well, not anymore, but he does have more economy, and actually he still does now. And so he can wage a war of attrition against Scotland if he's smart about it. Also, getting a naval warship in a situation like this, even like a light cruiser or something, can be quite decisive. As you can see here, as you can see here, Orange is making a bit of critical mistake. He's deciding he's going to ditch completely, but yeah, it won't do him too much good. He can actually defeat that army if he wants to. He can actually push it back, or at least take back some cities.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission. Sir, we have an incoming transmission. It's highly encrypted.
Amazingly enough, they decided to share.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission.
Now both Britain and Scotland are going to be trying to expand out as quickly as possible. They're going to be trying to take land in spaces like Sweden and Netherlands here, and possibly North Africa. to get more resources and income. Without expanding in a situation like this, their whole income in their natural area, which is Ireland, Ireland, England, and Iceland, is not going to be enough to wage war with. So they definitely need to go and take other territories as quickly as possible. As you can see here, Turkey is expanding quickly. His combination is pretty good. I would prefer any tank guns more because they're cheaper and more firepower for the cost overall. And they can still stay out of range of the cities, but that's not a bad option. USSR is kind of got some troops idling around. He's trying to expand. Howitzer spam is not the best thing, but it can work. It's nice if you're easy to use and if you're lazy. So. But as you can see, the anti-tank guns are definitely outside the range of the capital, so we can do that too. And here's Spain down here. He's beginning to expand in North Africa. France is busy having it out with northern Italy, and going pretty slowly there. In this game, when you attack a neutral AI, it actually turns to an AI that's opposing you and fights you, builds units and fights you. It won't use amphibious units or naval warships, but it can still be quite a pain sometimes. Here I'm bringing more reinforcements. It looks like England's taken all of Iceland. He's beginning to get production facilities there. That's a big area. This map's designed such that smaller nations can actually kill big nations early on because they have more actual production facilities. Whereas big nations have more income, they need to build their production. And it looks like Scotland's got into Norway really quickly. He's expanding, taking all that stuff out, so that's good for him. Turkey's expanding into Egypt right now, and it's going pretty good. He's doing a nice slow way, but this composition here with the lack of anti-armor will come to backfire him. All he needs is a fair amount of AT guns, and he's fine. But he doesn't get any of those, so instead he has to either rely on numbers or get pushed back. And USSR is expanding slowly as well. But he's managed to piss off most of Germany, Poland, the Baltic Federation, and other related areas. So he's got himself quite an amount of AI in his hands. Once the AI really starts to build units and expands and starts attacking him, he's going to have a lot of trouble if he doesn't take out the cities as quickly as possible. Here's Spain here with a nice army composition. Could probably use a few more anti-tank guns and maybe one or two more howitzers. Besides that, really good. You can see here England's beginning to advance, I think, down into Denmark. Grabbing as much territory as they can, finding the locals along the way. The Scottish pioneers are really starting to tell. And here's the first case of naval combat right here. The battleship moving to engage the battle cruiser and two destroyers. As you can see, because the shipyard heals the ships nearby, you can actually end up losing that way to a superior an inferior ship, even though if they're next to a shipyard. I lure the AI ships away from the shipyard, take them out with my battleship. So, got a good way to go there. Getting some upgrades in there, mostly focusing on armor. On +2/+2 on armor. I don't have anything in support, and +2/+1 on infantry. So, trying to go there. Research facilities, of course, are on the left-hand side of the map here. You can still be press F2. Either one works. Looks like we have a potential case for conflict opening up here because Scotland really wants Scandinavia, and so does Russia. One of the things they're not doing really well right now is expanding the Balkans. That area, although it's a pain to take, is really quite valuable. And really, really good place. Lots of production and other valuable assets to take there, and can definitely pose a serious threat to anyone who holds it. As you can see here down in northern Africa, Spain and Turkey are having it out right now. It looks like Turkey is getting worsted here, mostly because of the fact that he has no anti-armor. If he had any tank guns mixed in there, he would have done much, much better, perhaps even won. He's also not streaming in reinforcements like Spain is, so he's going to definitely lose that particular combat there. Looks like France is mostly just building up an air force and expanding slowly. He's having some trouble, but he's getting there with his French Foreign Legions. He finally got those. And Britain's expanding into Sweden right now, taking all that over. If he does it right, he can get the Stug 3 assault guns and really make a pain in the butt for USSR. And here is Spain advancing in onto Egypt. This CB here is beginning to build some fortifications. He's being very smart about that. Especially like the northern bridge there can definitely just completely close me off. It takes a while to destroy these fortifications, although they do severely eat into your army cap, so there's a cost for using them. But definitely an advantage here. There's a pretty steep battle for the bridgehead here, but although he's starting to get some Mark III Valentines in, those are not the best thing, because those are infantry tanks. They're mostly effective against infantry, whereas I have the Panzer IIIs. They're much more effective against armor, but can still tank infantry fire, so I definitely have a leg up on him in the anti-armor category. He really needs anti-tank guns in that mix to counteract. If he has anti-tank guns in that mix, he would do fantastic. Looks like England's expanding into Denmark there. As you can see there, he's got lots of towns and all that. France is moving slowly, expanding. Looks like Russia's slowly also expanding into Finland. Seems to be focusing on getting a lot of armor. Right now he's getting a lot of infantry tanks. He has +3/+3. Once he gets +4/+4, he'll be able to get the T-34. And +5/+5 gives him the Joseph Stalin II. Lots of combat going on here in Egypt right now. Battle for the bridgehead. As you can see there, because of Spain's slightly better army composition, Turkey's definitely getting the worst of it. As you can also see there, that very single anti-tank gun up there north has caused me a lot of trouble. Now he's also getting a fair amount of Navy units. He sees my battleship next to it and tries to take care of it. And here we go, seeing some bombardment there. Spain finally notices his battleship, and as you can see there, there's a work there. I hate it when the camera screws up because of the view there. Alright, so I'll try to do as best I can with this. Because of the custom, for some reason the camera in this game, when you go to a different camera, really screws up. I forgot about that. Lots of combat going on here. North Africa is being taken by Spain. It's going pretty good there. As you can see there, though, Turkey is definitely getting the fortify up. He's getting a lot of anti-tank guns and other things there to try to halt my armor. It's proved quite effective. As you can see there, though, Turkey's Navy was taken out. Although it looks like he may be getting a submarine here pretty soon. The submarines will be quite effective. He can ninja. If you can quickly take out those two destroyers, he'll have pretty much free reign against the battleship and light cruiser. Looks like England's beginning to expand into Germany as well. A lot of fighting going on there. It's kind of troublesome for them now. Looks like USSR is beginning to expand into Germany. It looks like Scotland and USSR might be having it out here pretty soon. We're definitely going to run the confrontation there. And France's Air Force is doing a massive scouting spree. I'm not sure if he misclicked that or something, but he is definitely moving into territory he's not wanted, as all the cities are using anti-aircraft guns to attack him right now. And here we go. More combat in Denmark there, beginning to expand into Hamburg area. Air Force starting to be built over the North Sea by Scotland, doing pretty well there. Air Force starting to be built by Spain. Tend to be toward the late part of the game. Air Forces gain a lot more prominence. As of this version, the anti-aircraft guns are broken due to effects of a Blizzard patch, so Air Force is especially powerful right now, but it's not game. It's not completely game deciding. Looks like USSR here also getting an Air Force of his own. It's winning pretty good for him there. As you can see here, France decides to really make it a pain in the butt for USSR, attacking his T-34 tanks. Eventually those get taken out. He decides not to pick on Scotland. Potential battle breaking out down here in the Suez Canal area. Looks like Spain's trying to do an amphibious landing somewhere. Let's see what's going on here. He's loading his entire army into transports. Some war got broken out somewhere. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like we have a massive Air Force confrontation out in the North Sea as well. France kept most of his close air support insufficiently escorted by interceptors and paid the price. Looks like Spain down here is trying to attack Cyprus, and he captures that. Still no one expanding in the Balkans. I'm really surprised about that. It is a very valuable area and can be held pretty hard by because of all the towns and such like that that provide strong points. Spain doing a landing. He's flanking to the north. He's actually doing a flanking attack. Because Turkey has really fortified up the southern area right here, he's instead flanking to the north and taking out Turkey's homeland because he didn't fortify it. And there's it's kind of a close call here. It's a very risky kind of gambit maneuver. If it pays off, he can get Ankara and start reinforcing from Ankara quickly, then Turkey's in a lot of trouble here. Shane Rattley focusing on Ankara first, begins to start building units from the Ankara production facilities. Turkey really needs to get Ankara back as quickly as possible, perhaps even just focusing on that. Russia, via his alliance, is bringing his air force in to try to crush Spain. Spain, however, is bringing his interceptors in. An aerial combat here beginning soon. Spain is moving his forces to try to dodge the rockets fired. And there the big aerial scrap is breaking out right now. Hard to tell who's going to win in the end. And it looks like Spain's victorious, and now the close air support's getting slaughtered. And Spain barely manages to hang on against the combined forces of Turkey's army and Russia's air force.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission. Sir, we have an incoming transmission. Sir, we have an incoming transmission.
So Turkey's in a lot of trouble right now. He's been flying from the north, and he has to quickly build fortifications or something to cover that area up. Looks like Netherlands are still proving a pill to whoever attacked them. I think it's England's AI right now. Someone should definitely take over the Netherlands. That's a lot of good income there, plus a lot of good production that they're missing out on. Definitely worthwhile focusing that right now. Spain rightly trying to deny as much income as possible, so he's taking even the small towns and cities away from Turkey to prevent him from getting any income from those and shut them down even farther. As you can see, Turkey's getting squeezed pretty hard right now. Looks like there was a small scrap up in Scandinavia, but looks like Scotland was the victor in all that. More air reinforcements coming down for Spain. Looks like there's another scrap due here soon. And Turkey tries to take back Ankara, but only managed to get Sivas. Is quickly recaptured. He still does not have any tank guns. He really, really needs any tank guns. Close air support's not a bad idea, but considering how many interceptors I've already been shown to have, you definitely would better focus on
Sir, we have an
Anti-tank
incoming
guns and
transmission.
interceptors for air cover.
It's highly encrypted.
I'm not showing an inclination to get close air support, so you should definitely focus on getting those anti-tank guns out there. But
Sir,
a
we have
very,
an
very
incoming
strong
transmission.
fortified line here. Very
It's
difficult to
highly
break.
encrypted.
Very almost impossible to flank. And northern side, he's also fortifying up pretty hard as well.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission. It's
Looks
highly
like
encrypted.
Red and looks like Scotland and France are having it out right now. Looks like France is getting the worst of it. France is still pretty big though, so it may not go with Scotland's favor at the end. But France is definitely in a lot of hurt right now. He's starting to rebuild his forces though. He's getting more interceptors to try to gain air superiority. Spain's navy is growing. Really, both England and Scotland really need to start focus on getting some naval units. As they're doing a close alliance, they should do a combined naval force. They especially need some aircraft carriers to kind of give some close naval support. Their lack of navy could easily end up biting them in the butt in the end. So especially when they're islands, you have a lot of water to defend. Navy is invaluable. You need it as much as possible. As you can hear, Spain rightly trying to deny more income from Turkey there. He takes out
Sir,
the
we have an
Istanbul
incoming
area.
transmission.
Also,
It's highly
looked like
encrypted.
earlier Istanbul was building a submarine
Sir,
and
we have an
attacked the fleet and
incoming
did some
transmission.
damage, but
It's
looks like that
highly
was warded
encrypted.
off. And here we go with Russia massing a force there. Looks like England's also massing a force, taking the Pletsi oil fields, very valuable area.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission.
You imagine how much
It's highly encrypted.
diplomacy officers and everything else are going back and forth
Sir,
as
we have an
alliances
incoming
change depending
transmission.
upon who's more
Sir, we have an
powerful.
incoming transmission.
As you can see there,
Sir, we have an incoming transmission. It's highly encrypted.
as far as army size goes right now, Spain is definitely the largest with actually England coming in second with the most supply. And looks like Turkey is well over supply cap right now, and actually looks like France is pretty much a second place in supply, although it looks like England's not very far behind. And here comes the offensive. Turkey just proved a pill to break. He was just so difficult. He got the anti-tank guns. I got the stationary anti-tank guns, the fortification ones. I would have definitely favored more of the mobile version to try to take back Turkey, but this while holding out the southern end. But this didn't prove too bad either. It was quite a tough nut to crack, it looks like. So yeah, definitely going pretty big scrap breaking out there. Looks like pretty much for the most part everyone else is kind of jostling each other around, trying to figure out who's going to blink. Definitely looks like France is getting ready to avenge his earlier air defeats, so definitely a big thing going on there. Still no one has taken the Netherlands, although someone finally took the Balkans, turning out to be England, surprisingly enough. You can see how the territory is kind of construed around there as people try to claim whatever land they can, and wars are starting to break out. So like USSR is trying to support his ally down there with close air support, but didn't go very well. Spain has simply too many interceptors now. His navy's too large. Unless he sends down major army units, Turkey's pretty much finished, although it takes a long time. Great Britain's Air Force, Scotland's Air Force is just huge right now. That's his major advantage. He's got a massive Air Force. He can go and decisively crush any opposition wherever he wants to with that. More air units from USSR trying to reinforce and save, but Spain's right on the ball, taking him out with his interceptors. Doesn't really have a chance there. As you can see here, Spain's doing a two-pronged attack from the south and the north, trying to trying to wear Turkey down and break him. The Northern Assault's doing more, although the southern flank is also beginning to break as well. And it looks like major army units from USSR are finally coming down south. He really should have done that earlier if he wanted to save his ally. And looks like Scotland decides to fulfill his alliance with me. With Spain, well, with me, pretty much, and definitely going to crush that army when he comes out there. He begins to just start butchering his way through Middle East, Turkey area. I don't really need the help by now, but it's definitely handy to have, especially with my army split like that. And looks like he managed to ward off the USSR getting ideas of reinforcing his ally there. He leaves him to basically leaves him to die. Still not any tank guns in the part of Turkey. This really starts to backfire on him. The reinforcements streaming from both sides, be gradually wearing him down and breaking him. One of the things that might help Spain a lot is getting some close air support to destroy these fortifications, but what he does works, just doesn't work the best. Looks like we got something of a confrontation possibly coming out here between USSR and Great Britain. Look at anything that's going on so far there. Looks like the army's starting to move across into the Vienna area, and he begins a massive onslaught against France. USSR has definitely got the advantage here, but France also has a massive air force, although it does not contain any close air support. But if he can get his army in there and slow him down and wear him out, the distance from sources of supply that USSR has to go longer to go farther distance to supply his units will definitely come to backfire in USSR. It looks like for now he's content to retreat after pissing off France. France has a lot of heavy tanks. Not necessarily the best army composition there. It can be countered by infantry and any tank guns, but definitely a real threat there. Looks like Turkey finally conceded the game. He held on really, really hard. That's definitely true. But Turkey is being worn down and reduced. And it looks like Scotland's mostly just playing power projection with his air force. Moving around, threatening people, trying to prevent wars, etc. Although it looks like now he's beginning to move his army somewhere. I wonder where.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission. It's highly encrypted. Sir, we have an incoming transmission. It's highly encrypted.
Tiger, looks like England tried to ninja a few cities, but Spain warned them off on that. That could lead to a very mutually destructive war if he does that. Looks like for the most part,
Sir, we
most
have
of the
an
players are
incoming
trying to decide
transmission.
who's going to blink.
It's highly
Definitely a
encrypted.
full-scale war is going to be breaking out here pretty soon, though.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission. It's highly encrypted.
The Turkey is getting worn down. Looks like Scotland's air force is getting bigger and bigger. Definitely a major threat to behold. And France's Air Force is gaining strength as well. Definitely a major threat. Doesn't look like the USSR is focusing enough on Air Force. That could definitely come to backfire on him. Here a major scrap starts breaking out here as a two-front war is being fought. It looks like we have a major battle breaking out here around the Odessa area, but France's Air Force is really beginning to tell. The USSR sustains a staggering defeat here. His lack of getting interceptors will definitely come to bite him. He needs Air Force at this point in the game. Looks like Spain's moving his fleet units out into, the Atlantic there. He must be thinking of something. I'm not sure why he would do that if he didn't have something planned. I wonder what's going on there. Maybe he decided to abandon North Africa and focus on Spain. Definitely major scrap breaking out here in North Africa. Turkey still will not lie down. And there we go with the Goliaths. Finally finishing off Turkey. And here we go to advance into southern Russia. The Goliaths are kind of remote mines. They act kind of like StarCraft 2 banelings. They're definitely taking their toll. They're also very expensive and need to supply cap really, really hard. They're definitely taking their toll though, and it looks like a major scrap's breaking out south. USSR decides it's time to GG as he's been defeated in 2 different fronts. It looks like Scotland is definitely getting ready for some serious fireworks in North Africa.
Sir, we have an incoming
He's trying to take out Turkey.
It's highly encrypted.
There's the IS-2 heavy tank. He does not get machine gun upgrades, but yeah. And definitely looks like there was a major scrap there, and looks like Spain's Air Force came out ahead. So only thing so it looks like only thing Scotland has left is this big blob of heavy tanks. Looks like now England's getting into the fight. Wonder what Spain's doing, building all these forces in Spain itself. Wonder if he's going to try an amphibious landing somewhere. Probably try to flank. Looks like most of Scotland's army is in the north here, and then in the east here. So definitely looks like interesting things are going to happen. It looks like Spain has a definite lead, although England's not too far behind. And France is also quite a powerhouse to behold as well. Scotland's definitely over supply cap, but he's definitely potent. No one has a game-deciding advantage right now. It's like Spain switching his Air Force back west. What is he planning? Oh, look at that. Amphibious assault going for Ireland. Wow, wow, wow. But it looks like also that Scotland's forces are beginning to advance down into North Africa and into the Middle East. Not sure Spain's going to be able to hold that off. Also looks like England landed from the west side too. They're doing a massive advance in North Africa, trying to cut off Spain's economy there. But at the same time, Spain managed to land Ireland and is beginning to take Dublin. Looks like Spain's getting pretty mangled up in North Africa, though. He's taking a lot of punishment right there. And Turkey falls to the English-Scottish coalition. And it looks like
Sir,
Scotland's starting to realize the trouble he's in there.
It's highly encrypted.
But considering the fact that most of their armies are completely on the complete opposite side in the world, they are completely vulnerable here. Something that Spain looks to be quick to realize, and he might just be able to get away with this. But it looks like, oh no, a transport just got taken out. It was too low health to survive a second amphibious landing. A lot of very valuable tanks got lost there. North Africa continuing to fall to the coalition there. Lots and lots of heavy tanks between the Churchills and the regular heavy tanks. It'll be quite a hard thing to win there. Looks like Spain's going to gather forces up at the Suez Canal for a final stand. If that falls and you break through, it's pretty much over for Spain and North Africa. Like their amphibious landing heads into England there, and also a couple of Goliaths go off. Looks like there may be a possibility of breakout here. But oh no, Churchill's coming in, and it looks like the landing of force gets completely dominated. Doesn't look like the flanking attack actually worked here. We're just going to have to see. Looks like France is having some trouble with somebody. I'm not sure who though. Looks like Spain there's going for any territory he can. He even takes Belfast. This seems like an insignificant town. And the battle for the Suez Canal is coming out here. Now, a lot of it comes down to who's got the concave on the bridge. As you can see right now, it looks like Spain's got the advantage there, but there are just simply too many heavy tanks. Spain pulls back a little bit, trying to get a better concave on them, and it looks like we're working this a little bit now. But both England and Scotland are beginning to blitz their forces over. England's army is getting taken out, but Spain's army is also getting really worn down there. And remember that every tank that gets destroyed for England is a tank that can head north and help defend the British Isles there. So definitely not looking good for Spain right now. It looks like Spain's hopes of conquest in Great Britain are over. It looks like the flanking attack has completely failed. But Spain knows that. Looks like he's going to try again. Looks like he has to make something happen there. He's just got too many enemies on too many different sides. Looks like the Suez Canal is falling. Spain trying to stream reinforcements in as best he can to hold that off. He did, however, lose a 17-pounder. That's going to be a serious blow to him. He loses a really good anti-tank gun. Looks like a landing in Scotland here going on. Also, the Suez Canal is still falling. At least we appear to be all over there. The landing in Scotland here, does it go unopposed? Looks like It looks like Spain's going to take out the air production and possibly get Gasco. If he can get Gasco, he's got a serious chance here. Oh my word, stuff's starting to break out here in England right now. Spain starts to realize he's got a chance here to break through. They left Scotland undefended, and this is definitely looking bad for Scotland right now. He might just be out of the game now. His army's been whittled down. He lost his main production center, and looks like an aerial scrap breaking out now between the interceptors, and looks like Scotland's interceptors got caught by surprise. They were too spread out and got annihilated. So now it looks like Spain's trying to advance southwards from there, trying to knock out Great Britain as quickly as he can. Also looks like they're trying to break, both Britain and Scotland are trying to break out North Africa right now, but they're being held off by a force of M4 Shermans and 17-pounder anti-tank guns, what's left of the 17-pounder force. However, they are getting whittled down. Both Britain and England should do is build some infantry from these barracks around here and send them in to try to nullify the anti-tank guns. Regular riflemen and machine gunners both are very effective against anti-tank guns. Should definitely start focusing on getting some in there. And looks like Spain managed to get a definite attack into England there, but it also looks like England managed to take out Dublin with his heavy armor, but that appears to be a giant mistake on England's part, because he runs into the massed naval flotilla of carriers and battleships and light cruisers and destroyers. It looks like he's stuck there. Armor cannot attack ships, only artillery and aircraft can, and other ships of course. So he cannot attack those ships. He's definitely stuck there and in serious trouble. He needs to move those guys back and decommission them, or retire them, and start building forces in England, or he needs to get an amphibious transport and try to bring those forces over as quickly as possible, because he's in a lot of trouble right now. His army's tied up somewhere else. It looks like Spain managed to ward off the attack in North Africa. He gained the initiative there. He's building up forces, beginning to prepare for a new push. But just by the skin of his teeth, and it looks like that there's a major aerial scrap going on in England right now. Conscripts coming out. That's a definite sign of despair right there. Or sorry, desperation. It looks like air forces. Oh my word! France is trying to get a gank on, getting surprise on
Sir, we have an incoming
Spain right there. It looks like an aerial scrap's breaking out. Spain managing to micro and divide France's air force into two groups, begins to destroy one of them,
Sir,
and then goes after the other. A major aerial scrap breaking out here, but looks like France got worsted. His air force got divided, and Spain is going to come out just barely ahead by the skin of his teeth. Looks like he's going to win the aerial scrap there. I think Spain's not happy with the fact he's at war with practically everyone right now. He's holding on in there. France's Air Force continuing to cause trouble. And Spain is saved by a France that has to go eat dinner or whatnot. Spain is saved at this last gasp. And looks like England will now fall. Spain should have jumped on those close air support earlier. He wouldn't have lost quite as much. Looks like England's going to fall now. Italy is being regained by a massive force of Spanish troops. It appears they're conceding. Looks like England can still make some stuff happen, so can Scotland, but and Spain takes the game. That was pretty intense while it was going on. Definitely one of the better diplomacy games I've seen in a long time. It's been a long time since the StarCraft 1 era. And it looks like we're starting to get some of that back. I am definitely excited. This is the kind of game I made this game for. The really in-depth, hardcore, just As far as diplomacy maps go, this was a lot of action, a lot of strategy. The flanking movements, flanking across across Cyprus here to go engage Turkey from the back door. Also, while Britain and Scotland's forces are engaged in North Africa, flanking them and hitting their whole island. Lots of strategy going on here. Lots of good stuff here. This is the kind of diplomacy game I made this game for. So I'm definitely excited about what's going on here. More people in the channel than ever. If you want to come and get in on the action, three ways you can do it. First of all, there's the Diplomunion forums. You just go to www.diplomunion.com and you can go post in the forums, say hello. Focke-Wulf's projects are hosted there. Definitely get in on that and let people know about you. Also, in StarCraft 2 North America, there is the Diplomacy channel. It's just diplomacy all lowercase, one word. And also there's a TeamSpeak 3 server at teamspeak.gamingrapture.net. Looks like the diplomacy community is reviving. I am definitely really excited about this, and I'm looking forward to more games like this in the future. And things are going really nice here. Also, add on there, the new World War II remake is going good, and so far the reviews of the new research system. By the way, check that out. I have a thread on the StarCraft 2 forums right now. Check it out. Looks like the new research system is going over really well, and we're definitely getting the ball rolling. I am really excited about this. Thank you, Blizzard, for doing 1.5, however late it was. It may not be too late after all. Alright, this is Focke-Wulf signing out.